Funding for this program provided by Hot Sauce Records and the Lorch family. Thank you for your support.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Know More, the educational television series that takes a look at what life would be like without nonprofit services in our communities. And welcome from Lexington's historic Loudon House, where we're about to see a very special performance by a group of young and talented musicians. In this episode, we're going to learn about nonprofits who incorporate music into their mission, making the Commonwealth not only a more melodic, but a better place to live. The early 20th century feminist, Emma Goldman, was reported to have said, "If I can't dance, I don't want to be part of your revolution." The subjects of our first story have taken Goldman's sentiments to heart. For the folks who helped put on Lexington's Give Into the Groove benefit, it is all about the music and the art and the fashion and the kids' games and what these can do to help raise money and awareness for a dozen area nonprofits. Take a look at our first segment featuring Give Into the Groove and decide for yourself.
My friend and band leader, Ellie Venn, conceived it when I was playing with her in LA, and we just started doing it. It was good from the beginning. We were getting some money to some good charities. It was a good route for bands. We had a lot of fun.
So when I started Give Into the Groove, I thought my people love fashion, they love music, they love art, they love philanthropy, they love their families. And the idea is that we're trying to make it year-round affordable philanthropy, but you get to donate to the charity of your choice. So the idea is that being a philanthropist you don't have to be a millionaire to be a philanthropist. You can give $5, you can give $1, you can give $10, and when you get a lot of people involved, that will add up to a chunk of change. It's 12 charities in all, and they actually submitted applications to participate in this year's event, telling us why they thought that they were a good fit for Give Into the Groove.
Local events like this really help to educate communities, and without that, I don't know where they'd start. It's aside from going door to door, this is a magical opportunity to tell Lexington and the whole state of Kentucky about all these great charities.
Hello. Well, I went to the two events before this one, and took my daughter. It was one of those community events that it just appealed to my daughter and myself too. I had a great time, and I enjoyed the fashion, music, local art presented, and getting to know everything about the charities involved.
We are rocking out at Give Into the Groove tonight. This kind of event is actually really important to us because we're trying to reach a different demographic, trying to reach people that don't always know about us. And it's really just important to get everybody together that's on the same page and keep reminding them that nonprofits are there for them.
We are here with the Girl Project. It's an arts meets activism initiative, and they're creating an original piece based on the misrepresentation of females in the media.
I am Tessie Bertrams with the Lexington Humane Society, and we're here to support our cause and raise some money for the animals and create awareness in the community.
So it's $5 to get in to the event. The $5 is the minimum donation that goes to the charity of your choice. Given to the Groove Foundation does not keep any of those proceeds for any processing, administrative costs.
Anyway, we're working on our MC.
It really is a lot of big group of friends too, putting this together and working, and the meetings and planning has been super fun and relaxed and in a really cool creative environment, and I think that's what makes it really fun too, and work together. Yeah.
It's going to start off with a fashion show, and there's a lot of games. Like we have a dance contest, musical chairs, and other types of contests. Like there's tonight, I think, trivia and others, and those are good because you get direct audience participation. So it's just not the performers that are a part of it; it's also the audience gets to play a part. You know, this is a family atmosphere.
It's a major operation. I'm so proud of her for bringing all this together. I mean, I just felt like I was in a documentary over here with all these dancers dressed up in makeup, and I don't know, it's such a neat thing, and the sound checks, and there's such a great buzz going on here right now.
As well as giving, you become super aware, by giving, Build a relationship with these charities is important.
I mean, who doesn't love music? I mean, I would almost show up for a music event to celebrate the sharpening of a pencil. And I think, music brings cultures together, and it's a perfect opportunity to celebrate all these charities by bringing everyone together for this night of exciting acts and good vibes.
Everyone enjoys music. Music is a universal language for sure. You can be able to entertain people for the sake of something else. It's just using that, kind of to kill two birds with one stone. You're being able to entertain people and make them smile and make them dance. But you can also do something good, not just for them, but for your community and for the surrounding communities. It feels very rewarding for sure. It's definitely more fun than just playing a show just because, whereas, that's great to support your music scene, but when you get to use the skills and the talents you have to entertain people for a cause, it definitely feels like you're giving back, which always feels good.
And that's really what Give Into the Groove is about, is that there's all these different kinds of people, acts, causes, and truly, when you're truly coming together for something good, it is a unified effort, and it works out, and people are pleased to be there.
I feel like organizations like Give Into the Groove are really bringing the whole community together and even educating each charity about one another, and even these charities can somehow come together and grow one another. And without that, again, it's like going door to door. It's just such a great support for each and every person here in the community, and hopefully they'll raise a lot of awareness and a lot of money tonight to help out a lot of good causes.
It's a way for them to reach to a different audience and people that are not aware of them, what they're doing and their work. And I guess it would be missing out on reaching new demographics, and it is all ages. A 5-year-old will have so much fun as the 25-year-old or 40.
If you don't take part in things in your community and you don't give back to your community, things are going to stay the same, and that's never good. So if you can do what you can to help the community move forward, even if it's in a minimal way, moving forward is always better than standing still.
I think it's horrible because service is part of life. Service for every human being. So when you stop exercising that spirit, I think it's very destructive. You must have compassion. There's a lot of people in the world. People need help. It feels good to help people. It's wholesome. Brings people together. I think it's a beautiful thing. It should never stop. It should only get bigger and bigger.
I always feel like music is a place where people from different generations, different social situations, different purpose in life can actually come together, and there's unified themes about love or life. I think that's very much what philanthropy is about, is to really brought in the audience and show how we're more alike than different. And I think music really naturally expresses that. Because $5 plus $5 plus $5 plus $5 does make $1,000. And when you're building it up and you're building it up and you're building it up, it will amount to a chunk of change. And you can't feel bad about that.
These last few have really grown exponentially, and I think it's just going to go even further from here. And I'm excited to play. Let's rock.
Our next segment features a different kind of band. A marching band with a little madness and a whole lot of heart. Let's meet the wild, wacky, and whimsical members of the March Madness Marching Band.
It actually kind of started out as a different idea. It started out as kind of a one-off performance or a parade.
We did it for our Christmas parade, and it was so well received by both the participants and the community that we decided to keep going.
I've been involved with this group since the beginning of this group. So we decided early on to sort of try to create an infrastructure where March Madness Marching Band could live forever. And we did that through to make the March Madness Marching Band an official nonprofit organization.
Today we are going to entertain the crowds at the St. Patrick's Day Parade with our dancing and our joyous music. Some of us are not necessarily from a marching band, and we use stuff from marching band, but we also come up with different fun props. Today we're using hula hoops as a prop instead of a flag or anything like that. So yeah, kind of just put it all together.
And so we welcome all band members, and it's funny because people will come, I use myself as an example because I play bass drum, which I just kind of happened into, but sometimes people will come and they'll be like, I'd love to be in your band, but I don't know what I might do. And, my response in general to that is like, figure out something. We're not here to tell you what to do or to make any suggestions, but figure out something good.
We've managed to attract a good mix. We have everything from Souzas up to piccolos and drummers and trumpets, horns, saxophones. We have a fairly balanced section these days. And
we call it bringing your banana. Whatever you feel as if you want to give as your gift to the community, be it by dance or by being a musician or being a costume designer or being an organizer. It's whatever your banana is.
Well, I play trumpet. My wife is one of the hoop troop or flag girls, depending on what's needed. And my stepson marches along with us. I actually grew up in Lexington. And I see people in the crowds that I know, that I knew in the past. And so for me, it's just coming home and playing where I grew up.
Being that it is a civic kind of group that we can get involved in and give to the community that way, that's why a lot of us are in it. I think we get a lot of requests to do fundraisers and things for other nonprofits because we are so joyful and we evoke that kind of feeling, and that's usually what it is that we're giving our time so that another nonprofit in the neighborhood can get more donations to their nonprofit. And again, we just get our name out, and that's our payback, our payoff, whatever you want to call it.
I think the groups that we help are still here. What you end up with is when they're trying to raise money or put on an event, it's not as much fun. If we're not there to get the crowd psyched up and worked up and excited about something, we give people something to come and see and listen to and in some cases be part of while this other event is going on. because that's kind of our goal. We bring the fun.
When I see the looks on people's faces when we play, the bliss that comes across people's faces, the just unapologetic grins that come across the faces of children, of adults, of all different ages and varieties of people. There's just there is nothing that quantifies to that. It's the singular reward of doing it. So I would say for March Madness to not exist is, it's a huge deficit in the bliss factor for this town.
There would be something missing because, you know, I'm a big believer in community performance, you know, taking music and art and all that out into public spaces. And there's not enough of that.
For me, it would be a loss of a lot of close friendship that happens regularly. For the community, I really think that we bring a lot of spunk and activity and things for people to know that they can do and be part of, even if they're not part of what we're doing. And so I feel like we really offer some good creative ideas.
We've become a family, and if I didn't have my family anymore, it would be an awful existence. It really would be. Without music, without my creativity, a huge part of my life would be gone. I think music really is an international language. It is something that, you know, no matter if you have the most sophisticated, expensive horn, all the way to paper towel rolls. I think music just is an equalizer and a gatherer. And it really, for me especially, it changed my life. And it wouldn't have gotten me in with other people from all over Lexington that I never would have known.
Well, I think in a lot of ways Marching Band is quite simply a celebration of Lexington. It's a celebration of the sort of incredible creative energy that exists here.
If you just invite people to bring their creative chops without judgment, that you can form great communities and make great art together.
You can make a difference, and our way that we make a difference is bringing joy and music to people, just broadening their minds, broadening their social circle, broadening even their mindset and life sometimes.
But if you really, really want to be in this band, bring it on.
Founded by the Central Kentucky Youth Orchestra in July 2013, North Limestone's Music Works, operating daily after school for elementary level students who receive free instrument use and instruction from conservatory-trained active musicians. I'm here with Richard Young, the director of the North Limestone Community Development Corporation, and we're about to take a listen, aren't we, Richard?
Yes, we are.
So, Richard, how did this come about with Music Work, and what's your involvement with that?
So the North Limestone CDC was one of the founding partners with Central Kentucky Youth Orchestras on Music Works, and we try to act as a strategic ally in the neighborhood for the program, helping it with any needs that it has in the community, and also trying to connect the schools and other nonprofits to the program.
Well, Richard, thanks for having us here, and let's take a listen.
CKYO itself has been around. This is our 67th season here in Lexington, and at the moment CKYO is made up of 6 performing ensembles and 3 community programs. North Limestone Music Works here is one of our community programs. North Limestone Music Works is based around the principles and ideas of a program called El Sistema from
So
So El Sistema is just a philosophy born out of Venezuela based on immersion style learning, so that these kids are here all the time and really working together.
And so we're really proud to be the first El Sistema inspired program in the state of Kentucky.
The idea is that each year we'll add a class of second graders. So the program will grow that way, and the existing kids will stay in the program through high school. They're here every day for 2.5 hours. The teachers walk over to Arlington, and we pick them up and walk them over here to the STEAM Academy, and we're here until 5 o'clock.
After school, we walk here, and after we walk here, we come in a room, and then we go to rest position, and then Miss Anna can tell us we can get our instrument. We were practicing the Dvorak. We had learned it last year, but we forgot some parts. It's kind of embarrassing when you mess up. We're playing our instruments because we're getting ready to go to a concert. I tried my best to play my viola. I feel like the audience are watching the whole group of the whole music course.
We played 12 concerts last year. So we do at least one a month, and then I think we had 4 in May. So we got all around town. We did the Lyric Theater, the Loudon House, Singletary Center. We did a big joint concert. Parents are becoming really involved, and I've lots of parents after concerts are just crying and just so proud of their kids. We definitely want this to be a source of pride for the community, and I think that it is.
He's always wanted to play a stringed instrument. He started on the guitar. He's not really ever played it much, but this is a perfect opportunity for him to do that. It seems that every day he learns something new, and he tells us about it. And that's the part that a lot of kids don't get to do, is tell you about it. And so when you see them telling you about it, it's actually sinking in, and they're growing every day. So I love that. We love that for him.
I think one of the challenges of classical music is that it is expensive for somebody. Between the highly qualified instruction and an instrument which may be expensive and that kind of upkeep, it's something that requires some work and some funding and all that commitment. And so we're very excited to be able to provide North Limestone Music Works free of charge to the students and families who are involved.
But to be able to actually be a part of that, that's something we're missing a lot in our culture today. People don't necessarily participate in making music. They're just listening, which is great as well, but it's the participating that makes you really appreciate the ability to do it and just what you're producing. So yeah, I think it's great that they're gaining that appreciation, and at such a young age.
What would you be doing if you weren't here right now? Some of them would be home studying, some of them wouldn't be. We're happy to have them here in a safe and productive environment where they are exercising all the great energy that's in their young minds as much as possible, and they're bringing that back to school.
Yeah, without this program, I think many of the kids wouldn't necessarily have a positive thing to do after school. They might just be going home and sitting around watching TV, whatever, for the rest of the night. So this is definitely just an amazing opportunity. I'm really glad that they get to do that.
Without this program, if it were to not exist, I think a lot of these kids would not learn some of the things, be it structure. Some of them may or may not have parents that are able to help them in a musically inclined way or a creative way. And without this program, they may not have that. They learn how to just be a group and work towards a good common goal to produce a good person in society. And I think that is great for these kids. And if it weren't for this program, some of them would never have that. For him to have an opportunity to do something for free at this capacity, it's just overwhelming for me. To take the burden off of parents who cannot afford those things, that's such a wonderful program. And to get the things, the creative things that some things that they don't get inside of math and different core subjects. So I think it's amazing that there is a program like this, that they can do that.
If I think about the impact that it will have over the years and the positive impact it's had thus far on the kids who are in the program, I can already see such a difference in their families, in their confidence. That's just something that is irreplaceable. So I think it's a really important program for the community.
They all live right here, right within the neighborhood, but they've performed all around Lexington. They've performed in Cincinnati. It's very exciting for them to come to a part of Lexington that maybe has not been to the north side and say, we're North Limestone Music Works, and here's what we have to offer. And that's a really exciting dynamic that we have in the city.
I'd like to thank the folks at the Loudon House for hosting us here today and helping us get our groove on to the delightful melodies of these talented young musicians. As for the rest of you, I hope we've gotten you moving to get involved with some of the state's many nonprofit agencies using the universal language of music to benefit their communities. Any help is a big help. Making a donation, volunteering your time, passing on a referral, or just mentioning the good work in your everyday conversations, every little bit counts. Until next time, I'm Brian Simmons, signing off and asking you to know more.